Welcome, fellow dreamers, and welcome back to an exciting edition of Lemurian healing messages. We are doing things a bit differently for this video. Adama specifically wanted me to put this in the pink room setting. I'm gonna zoom in on it a little. What do y'all think? What do you think of this image right here? Not sure if I should give my own thoughts yet. We'll see how I'm feeling by the end of the video. I might wait for now, because a lot of the times when it comes to Spirit Guide, it's like playing charades sometimes. Oh, I almost forgot to do this. Whew. So, yeah, a lot of it's, I do get it wrong sometimes, and it is kind of embarrassing when I get it wrong, but, without further ado, we are going to get into the reading. One of the things we're going to do different, and you're going to see this right away when we start with Shinku, this time I'm going to do her representing card and the card of the Rosa Mystica she took. So, which is Hina Ichigo's. So we got card 5 and card 6. The Hierophant, who is being represented by the hell's his name? Sylvester? With his caravan. Got a crystal ball back there too. And then we have Glinda, Dorothy, and Toto. Adama, me, and my inner child. Alright. I'm not entirely sure what this means yet. I think it has something to do with a journey we're taking together. So I'm going to go ahead and find it in here, and I'm going to read it. I'm going to read... First things first, we're going to find the Hierophant, and we're going to read the Hierophant. And I went too far, hold on. I'm not sure if I've read this book yet. I usually like to try to do it myself, so... Alright. Professor Marvel, I guess that's his name. Are you chiming in, big girl? I love you. Professor Marvel's beliefs and traditions may seem odd, but his concern for Dorothy is authentic. Quirks aside, he is as trustworthy as he is traditional. There is much more to this enigmatic excuse me, Hierophant than meets the eye. Upright. You are overlooking a more traditional approach to... Are you overlooking a more traditional approach to the roadblock before you? If the Hierophant has appeared in a reading, you are reminded to let go of any shitty any habits that no longer serve you, and seek out advice from someone who has been through a similar experience. Ironically enough, that is Adama. And even Stolas, to a degree. So, yeah, and a lot of the times they have encouraged me to try to forget what happened, and to move past it, but, at the end of the day, we have released what no longer serves us. You know? And, however, there is still some anger bouncing around in there. I'm kind of torn on whether to let that fizzle out or try to address it. It's like I kind of just wish I could just forget everything, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to accidentally bottle it up, you know? But trying to let it go. Reversed. His place in Kansas may be delightfully unconventional, But is Professor Marvel worthy of Dorothy's trust? Beneath his quirky exterior, Professor Marvel has no qualms about nudging Dorothy back home. Reverse, the Hierophant invites you to rethink a recent major choice. Speak up about details that still irk you. Question everything, even Professor Marvel. Approachability aside, where is the proof that his abilities are acclaimed by the crowned heads of Europe? Or did he just choose to plant that on the side of his caravan? I'm not sure what I have to stop and question. Something I'll have to mull over later. Or maybe that's meant for the viewers? Well, let's see what card 6 has to say. Which, it's the kindred in this card. Kind of find it interesting that they chose to pair Glenda and Dorothy up, but oh well. I don't think they clicked romantically, but I guess it could work. Dorothy's choice to leave everything behind for her beloved Toto when Miss Gulch wanted to take him away speaks volumes about their kinship. Oh, okay, so this is like more of a mother-child love then. In this deck, the kindred appears to acknowledge the rapid approach of a long-lost friend or a new partnership. Oh, kind of like me and Adama when we were separated. By, that bitch and, back in his lifetime. Upright. When the kindred turns up in a reading, trust that the person you are thinking of is in harmony with you and your goals. Let go of any doubts about their loyalty, which I don't have with Adama, or your ability to protect and support each other. Yes, there will be times when you are apart, but this friendship is here for the long haul. Not even death can separate me and Adama. He's reassured me of that. At least not a second time. Even the strongest friendships can... the reverse meaning. Even the strongest friendships can wane. And since you can and will feel disconnected or out of sync with your trusted companion, this reversal reminds you that you are both allowed to make choices. You are both allowed to make mistakes, and if the most recent version of this relationship has run its course, you have permission to let it go. I think it's talking about he who shall not be named in that reverse meaning. Okay, so for the Empress, looks like we have Auntie M for Suisei Seki. She so has Empress energy. You know, they do have kind of similar energy too, with Suisei Seki having that farm girl kind of look to her. The comforting nature of the Empress will always shine through, regardless if she is caring for her niece, rescuing baby chicks, or running the family farm. Aunt Em nurtures her family and leads Dorothy by example, even when Dorothy is clouded by her own emotions. Upright. The card is a strong sign that abundance is around you. Even when it is difficult to perceive, granting yourself love and compassion is necessary for creating something new, which me and Adama have gotten increasingly better about ever since he was freed from his shadow spell. I guess I needed to be freed from that too, though. This cloud of gray becomes color. That's what Adama just said to me now. I hope I'm not getting sick again. The Empress reminds you to let love be your guide. The reversed meaning. The chicks are safe, the family is safe, and the farm is running itself. But you have been neglecting yourself in the service of others in the past? This reversal is a sign that you have been pouring your good energy into everyone else, and now it's time to turn that legendary love inward. You need no one's permission to step away. Others will gladly pick up the slack, as you so often do for them. Alright. Now for cute little Canaria. And her leg just popped out. Damn you, Nindroid. Okay, is it back in? There we go. Whoops. We have the High Priestess again. What are you kisses? I love you kisses. Yeah, ironically enough, Jenka, also the English version of that name is Glenda. Who would have thought the name meant clay? There you are. Glenda the Good Witch's empathy and grace allowed Dorothy to embrace a strange new world. The High Priestess enters your reading with the same invitation. It is time to explore beyond the physical world, you know, even if it takes you to strange places. Glenda trusts her instinct that this strange young lady who fell from a star is a hero. There is power in trusting your intuition. Upright, something in the air has allowed you to present yourself quite exquisitively of late. And Miss Bailey, it has not gone unnoticed. This is very much the time to let your intuitive power extend to all aspects of your life. Withholding your gifts serves no one, so let them shine. Doing so gives others permission to do the same. Because I had questioned if I should revamp the channel, and since people didn't seem to appreciate the gift I would share, but that's I see a little bit of hope here on her shoulder pad too. Reminder not to give up. When the High Priestess shows up reversed in a reading, it may represent losing touch with your inner voice. Just as Glenda reveals to Dorothy that the power to go home was always within her, this card is a sign to release self-doubt or self-consciousness and regain any lost trust in your intuition. That's a powerful message there. Okay, as always for Jenka, she was supposed to get her new dress today, but as always it's late, so I don't like to order from Etsy. I don't like to order online in general, but I'm gonna give it 2 days to show up before I leave a bad review, because I know that Etsy likes to tell me that it's here early when it's not. Okay, so we're gonna be doing the full and strength. Piggy. So first we'll do card 0. Those storm clouds are growing and getting awfully close, and like Dorothy Gale, it's time to brace yourself for adventure. The fool is on the verge of growing up, but still holding tightly to some childlike thoughts and beliefs. What else might be out there waiting for, Dorothy? Shades, you want to be a part of things, you cute little boy? I love you too. Is there something more for her outside of her bucolic farm? What? Farm life? Regardless of whether she is ready or not, the Twister is heading this way, and Dorothy's window for adventure is opening. What are you doing? What? I love you, fluffy butt. You're so cute. Boo. Upright. Whatever has been preventing you from moving forward with a goal is crumbling. Thank goodness. This is the right time to prepare. And it's okay if you're not ready for it. Something in the back of your mind has been preparing you for the approaching storm. This is the time to acknowledge the naivety of the situation at hand, then let it go. Reversed. Dorothy's hasty decision to run away with Toto seemed like a good idea at the time, but was it? As admirable as childlikeness can be, her decision to run away is not the most thorough of plans, and highlights her inner turmoil. Are you making a choice in haste? Slow it down, let it brew a bit longer. Not taking any action is a valid choice, and it is okay to step back. Your plan will still be there when you are ready. What? Oh, you're gonna puff if I don't put you on camera. You're gonna puff at me. Hi, Boogie. Hi, Boogie. Hi, Boogie, 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 Boo. Hi. You're just a handsome little man. Yeah, he acts tough, but he's really a big softy. Yes, a big softy. Alright, now card 8. Shades. Strength comes in many ways. In many shapes and sizes and species. Just as Zeke instinctively reacts, saving Dorothy when she falls in the pigsty. The strength card shows up in a reading when it is time to let your passion, courage, and inner strength step up to the plate. Just getting like a flash of Lacey's games when she's comparing her abusive uncle to a pig. And I'm also thinking of how violent pigs can be sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes. So, I think that's, Adama promising me that we both have the strength and that he'll protect me from the pigs out there. Not like literal pigs, but, I'd rather deal with them than people, but, pigs are people. Upright. Strength has made a very deliberate choice to appear in this reading. Take this as a sign to have courage and not to walk softly. The only person allowed to question your abilities or vision for an upcoming endeavor is you. If you were looking for a signal to unleash your fearlessness, strength it is. Reversed. Being strong takes a lot of energy. Zeke is clearly shaken after he rescues Dorothy from falling in the pigsty. He exerted a lot of energy during his courageous act, and he needed a moment to pull his raw emotions together. So do you. Strength reversed is not being taken lightly. There is no shame in taking a break. And Adama has been getting on me for overworking, even though we're in debt right now. But yeah, I guess I get it. I won't be any good to anybody if I break down again. Next is cute little Kiraki shoe. So cute. With chariot. The chariot. When the chariot appears in your reading, pay attention. The poise and control of the driver is just as admirable as it is eye-catching. But do not be fooled by the whimsy of the Munchkinland carriage. Whether pulled upright or reversed, the chariot is driven by an unstoppable undercurrent of willpower. Yours. Upright. The chariot signifies a resolute approach to any obstacle in your path. If the horse-drawn carriage of Munchkinland arrives for you, trust your instincts and claim what is yours. Be it gratitude, recognition of rest. When this card appears upright, tune into yourself and take what you need. There is nothing but time. Reversed. When the chariot arrives reversed in a reading, the driver has lost control of the situation. Perhaps the horse is new to trust their instincts over the driver's will. Such a reversal in a reading could also illustrate a loss of purpose. Unsure of how to tell, follow the horses, or if you're back in Kansas, your gut feelings. Getting this as a reminder of when I get overwhelmed to let Adama take over. Okay. And last but not least is the beautiful Suigento. I almost called her Suigento again. I swear it was once. That was her name. And she has the Magician, which is the wizard. I'm thinking back to how she stands confident and is a huge threat while she conceals that her torso is missing. If you're wondering, she's not, the doll itself isn't missing a torso. And she stole Soseiseki's Rosa Mystica, the Emperor. So we're going to start with the Magician, card 1. The Magician. What does it say? Machinations. Never seen that word before. Of course the camera doesn't focus. And ambition of the Wizard of Oz are impressive and illustrate the magician's resourcefulness. The Wizard of Oz's cleverness and capability almost makes up for his clumsy attempts at keeping up the elaborate illusion he projects from behind the curtain. Yeah, that actually kind of reminds me. Shinku has the Hierophant, which is, what's his name? Professor Marvel. And then Suigento has the Wizard of Oz, who is very clearly, like, because people in Dorothy's life come back as the Oz characters. The Wizard of Oz is very clearly Professor Marvel. Just shows how doll 1 and 5 are connected. I wonder why they chose to connect those two. I'll have to do research on that later. This card is a signal that not only are you long overdue for speaking up for yourself, but that you are more than capable of doing so. When was the last time you asked for what you felt you deserved? This is the time to establish boundaries. Perhaps ask for that raise or manifest your dreams and set new intentions. Take stock of your capabilities and make sure that your goals align with your higher self. Reversed. It is time to pull back the curtain and connect with what is really holding you back. This reversal is a sign that if something feels off, it is off. Now let's read 4. Uncle Henry's interest in keeping the peace, oh my gosh, that is so secky, on his farm is almost overruled by his desire to push Miss Gulch's buttons. As tempting as it would be to speak up and lash out against her, he holds his tongue. Uncle Henry's restraint mirrors the Emperor's composed approach to stressful situations. Upright. Uncle Henry's calm approach to conflict reflects the Emperor's nature to influence situations and smooth things over for all involved, even when emotions run high between Dorothy and Miss Gulch. Uncle Henry keeps his own in check. What? However, if you are in a difficult situation and neither logic nor reasoning has helped, this card is a sign that you let your emotions flow. Their current is stronger than any rationale. And this is just a reminder. Sometimes keeping the peace is safe, but never keep the peace at your expense. Like, if you have to keep the peace to get through a situation, fine, but you need to look for ways to cut that person that disrupt the peace off. You need to cut that person off for good. I think keeping the peace only applies for if you're never going to see that person again. In other words, just stand up for yourself. When reversed, the Emperor turns up... when the Emperor turns up reversed, someone is dominating the situation, and it very well could be you. If you are in a position of power, this is a nudge to check in with a trusted mentor about your approach to the issue. If, however, you are, on the receiving end of a personal or professional steamrolling, take a page from Uncle Henry's almanac and approach the offending party from a place of rationality, which doesn't always work because logic and truth rarely ever defeat evil intent. What is it, Shady Buggy Boy? You're such a good little man. Alright, so I'm gonna hit this again. I should have brought my drink over here. I think it's kind of obvious, but I am using the Wizard of Oz Tarot deck. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Now we're going to get into the Beyond Lemuria deck. I'm going to pull 1 for each doll. 1. Okay, got this one sticking up. Ooh, okay. Alright. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna put the rest of these back in here. Put the Wizard of Oz cards back in here too, so they don't get bent. Oh yeah, and I'm sorry about skipping a night, but and that the other video was up so late. It's just, I don't know what was up with YouTube or if there was some kind of connection issue, but it took all night and all day to just upload the damn video. It's ridiculous. Alright, ooh. So for Shinku, we have this little mermaid. Evolution. Consider what evolution means to you. What? I just got love is evil, spell it backwards. Maybe there's a message in you for the song Starship. Not Starship, but gosh. You know, the Eminem, I think it was Eminem. Spacebound, that's what it was, damn. Gonna have to fix this later, it's like loose. Consider what evolution means to you. Is your evolution about growth, expansion, adaptation, success, or becoming a better version of yourself? Look for ways to flourish in the face of challenge. Break a problem down to its elements. Be creative and consider how you can make it more fun and inspiring. Alternatively, ask how you can learn, grow, and become stronger through what is happening for you. You may be pushed to greater and deeper learnings, and it may be an uncomfortable process, but the strength, growth, and wisdom that come from journeying through the eye of the storm and embodying this knowledge is something that no teacher can show you. I just remembered the scene specifically, since, the only way Shinku really changed was becoming a pacifist, but, and taking on Hina Ichigo's Rosa Mystica, but Hina, I remember there was a scene where Tomoe caught her when she fell from the mailbox, and Tomoe said something about her changing, and then Hina said, "Does it make you happy when I change?" And Tomoe said, "Yes, it does." So, it's not a good idea to keep somebody around that thinks you need to change. Just take note of that. Now I'm getting the message from Silco, don't cry, you're perfect. So, it's another mermaid for Sui Seiseki. What? She's got light coming out of her palms. Daggum focus, camera. Shine your light. No one can do as you can, yet we sometimes, feel that we need to be a certain way. A way not aligned with our authentic self. It takes discipline to do what we love, especially if we are natural givers. It is easy to get caught up with other people's lives. Tending to our own needs harms none, and we will have a lot more to give. It is time to collect our light and shift the vibration here on Earth. Starting out with our inner sense of being. You are a sovereign being. Regain compassion, empowerment, and remember what lights up your world. What is it, baby? Alright. Now for Canaria, we have this butterfly with bird wings and a dragon star. What do you know? Throat chakra. Express your truth. Oh, that's interesting since Canaria is the sound cleansing doll. What? This chakra is the origin of expression. It is the source of the life spark that inspires your aliveness. And strokes the creative fires in others. This is the outer sharing of your inner being. the glowing song of your soul on the winds of your flight to understanding more of who you are. Connect to the crux of your potential and take it further than you could have imagined as spirit fuses into the tangible. It actualizes as a platform for greater experience, and new facets are sculpted, seated and shared. I'm sorry, I'm like giving out here. As a fractal of light in the form of your own unique language. Gosh, it seems like I spoke in tongues a little bit there too. Alright. For Janka, we have Dragonfly. Heart chakra. Unfurling back to love. This chakra card, and I'm just remembering that green typically represents hope. This chakra card represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in your life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to love and be loved. Love heals, God is love, which is something I always preach, especially when I'm dealing with my homophobic aunt. This is the force that will change the world. Have compassion, expand your awareness, and heart-centered radiance for all beings on the planet. Excuse me. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of the planet in all of its perfect balance, loving you back. And I'm just like remembering something my mom said today, that she loves me and Dad the same but in different ways. And that's how I feel about my guides. And I'm sure how they feel about me and each other. It's like I love Redmane and Whitefang, but I wouldn't bed them like I would Stolas and Adama. You see what I'm saying? Because they have like a brotherly connection with me and him. So for Kirakishu, we have this little angel-looking fairy thing. Transformation. Well, I found that interesting because she said she wanted to be able to transform into all of the dolls on her own. Go inwards and be present with wherever you are at in your process. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection. You know, I thought the shadow work would be hard, but it actually wasn't that bad. Because I actually had the capability to nurture and hold myself close, like unlike many people have not done with me. If you can, anybody out there who wants to do shadow work but is afraid, just know that it's easier than you think it might be. All you have to do is nurture yourself through your mistakes. And a lot of the time you'll find out that you really didn't do anything wrong at all. A lot of the things you wanted to repress were things that people told you to repress. Insight will come, shadows can be released, and your heart... What? Your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what... What? Shady bug? You are holding on to. and laugh at the ironic divine perfection of it all. Summer, don't you join in too? Journey beyond your constructed outer self, Shades, where you can delve deep into the beautiful abyss of your being. I'm trying to have an emotional, powerful realization, Shadybug. You're being loud. So cute. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl. Yes, unfurl your wings. It's ironic that Kira got that one when Suigento is the one with wings. But Suigento got this little vagina tooth eye card thing. Is it a lotus? The eye matches her eye. What? Awakened awareness. There are many levels of awakening. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Stay aligned with your inner guidance and do what you love to keep your vibe high. Seek not instant pleasure, but substantial and sustainable joy. Eat healthy, keep your body active, and have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answers of your prayers. Now, I will stop and say, eating healthy is not as black and white as you may think. You don't have to go on a diet. You don't have to starve yourself. You just need to be at your most healthy. You need to eat what your body is craving because your body is trying to tell you that you need that. Okay? Find your unique way to connect to the divine inside you. Not as an external seeking, but as a receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the question at hand with a different perspective. Look between the lines. Read between the lines. For a deeper interpretation. Okay. So I'm going to do this one more time. You like that, don't you? You finally came out to visit. Are you gonna hand me a piece of paper? You have been ill all day. You're always ill, though. And you look like Bill Skarsgård. That's an inside joke, but anyways, I'm gonna do, like, Adama wants me to do an analysis of this little thing he told me to set up here, this diorama, instead of the scrying that we typically do, mostly because my voice is almost gone, and because he really wants me to analyze this. So, yeah, like, I've been watching, like, the Alice Madness games. You know, that one where she's like in the insane asylum. And just kind of looking through her thing of self-discovery. And the day I started to do that, they finally restocked the Alice in Wonderland Rolfies. And I was able to, where they have like different variations of Alice, and I was able to finally get one, and I ended up with this one, and she's got little apples on her dress, and she's holding an apple. And she's also kind of has my hair, even though she has red hair and I kind of have honey blonde hair. Adama says it's strawberry blonde. So yeah, I was also kind of coerced to put another video game character in there with her, and that is Wooly, who is wearing a detective costume. So, yeah, I don't really know where to, go from here, other than, you know, the obvious connection with the Alice game and Alice in Wonderland, but, I don't really know where Wooly comes in other than kind of encouraging me to explore life like it's a big puzzle. As for the apples, I will note that this particular doll of Alice was called Apple Truth. And she also has a single tear kind of like on her eye where on Adama's side. I will note that there has been the presence of fruit a lot in Rose and Maiden. Maybe I have to look up what the fruits mean, but there's peaches, apples, strawberries, and I think there was a watermelon in an episode. Oh my gosh, my voice is so dried out. Going to keep a water bottle over here next time. But yeah, I don't really know where to go from here. I think more exploration and deep dives need to be done. I've been told to keep this diorama kind of set up for the remaining videos, so I will. But yeah, until next time, fellow dreamers, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell too. Tell me what you think the diorama means. Maybe tell me who your favorite Rose and Maiden is. What's your favorite fruit? What's your favorite blind box line? I don't know, just fucking say something. What's your favorite segment? Which one of my guides has your favorite segment? Anyways, until next time, fellow dreamers, bye.